I just got off of work not too long ago, and I was just getting ready to finish my edits for this video, but I wanted to make this intro. So this video is basically questions that people have had from the consistent profitable traders community. I have a monthly call with the group every single month, and this was our first call, and it was so good. There were so many amazing questions, and I knew that by the end of this, I had to share it to YouTube because these are probably some of the same questions that you have in terms of trading. You not only get the answers to some of these really burning questions, but then you also get to learn a little bit more about my trading journey. If you're looking to go deeper with your trading, then you can go ahead and check out the Profitable Traders Academy. You can find the link in the description box below where you're able to share your charts and get real feedback from me and the community to help you be an amazing trader. Make sure you stay until the end because this video is amazing. And if you do get to the end, comment the word Zoom in the comment section below, just so that way I know that at least you made it to this point, but you've also finished the video because there are so many amazing nuggets. And I just had to share this with you. The community is amazing, and you can find information for that below as well. Now, here's the video.
I went to my Robinhood account and I wanted to look into starting to trade options or whatever, but it said I
Yeah.
wasn't eligible yet. So I don't know if there
Oh,
was a certain amount of money I needed to have in there or what kind of, maybe I need to just see what the guidelines are to be able to start trading options. Maybe I hadn't been there a while or that's why.
yeah. So with Robinhood or pretty much any of these platforms, I think there's three levels of trading that they have available. So level one is like basic stuff. And I forgot what all the levels are, but basically with that particular account, see if you like basically answer the questions. I don't remember how to get there because I had to do this a few months ago on my Robinhood account.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it was like maybe 6 months ago on my Robinhood account, where basically it's somewhere in the back end. So like my account, something. So basically, just Google it. You're trying to get
Okay.
to like level three. At least that's what I was trying to get to, level three. So Google
Mm-hmm.
how to get to level three on Robinhood, and then basically you just answer the questions, with however it pertains to your situation. And it's not really. Have you ever thought that you had to sit in front of charts all day in order to make money from the markets? Well, in this How to Trade with a Full-Time Job kit, I'm going to show you how to master trading in just 1 hour per day without sacrificing your job. You're going to get the strategies that I personally use in order to be able to make time in order to trade and learn and do whatever else I need to do inside of my life. A level of money that you need in there, it's basically your skill level. They're asking
Ah,
questions. Yeah, they're asking. I mean, they will ask a question about your income. They're trying to figure out your skill level and basically like, okay, you're trying to do all these things with options inside of Robinhood. Do you know what you're doing? And
okay.
that's the bottom line question there.
They
So
doing
yeah,
their little safety first. They're like, okay, ma'am, I'm trying to operate
yeah.
this. You're not licensed. I don't know what. Okay,
Right, exactly. So yeah, that's essentially what they're trying to do. So, and I forgot
got
how
it.
many questions. I mean, it varies from broker to broker, but basically they have some back end calculation where they figure out whether or not you're going to be eligible. So,
Okay,
so if for some reason you're not eligible, you may want to like, think about like what you put into the system and maybe you have to set up another account,
okay.
maybe. So because I don't know because some brokers only give you one shot. Other brokers they give you multiple chances. So
Oh,
it
you
just
mean on a different platform or another account with Robinhood?
either or.
Oh, so
So
I could possibly have two accounts.
yeah, you can have multiple accounts on these
Oh,
different
okay.
brokers. Yeah, so just in my experience, obviously not financial advice whatsoever, but when it comes to okay, I see, I did.
Okay.
Okay, so when it comes to like getting the different levels and options, they're gonna ask you some questions, and you basically just have to make sure that you're answering, as much as you know about your skill set inside of that thing, because it's going to be multiple questions. I just don't know what the questions are because it's been a long time. Okay.
Okay, okay, thank you. Yeah,
Yeah.
that definitely set me on the right track. I need to do some researching.
Yeah. And then one other thing too, when it comes to trading, at least day trading, they have this thing called the PDT rule. So pattern day trader rule. Are you familiar with that?
No.
Okay, so the PDT rule basically states that if you don't have more than $25,000 in your account, then you
Uh-huh.
cannot do more than, I think, 3 round trips in a week or like in 5 days. So a round trip is basically like you buy and sell on the same day. That's a round trip. So
Okay.
yeah.
Nice. Okay, so I got to level up. All right.
Yeah, that's, I mean, yeah, so that's part of it. But if you have a cash account, then basically you're able to do as many round trips as you want.
Oh,
So for a while, I had a cash account on Robinhood because I didn't have the 25K, but then it was like, I don't know, like a couple months later when I had, comfortably 25K in there, then I switched from a cash account to a margin account.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah, so that's yeah, so basically, yeah, that's on the back end because like I said, they change it all the time, and it's been a while since I've done it, but
Are,
that
are,
that should at least get you started with the right account type.
and
And
so are you trading on like all like different platforms? Or are you sticking to like one or two?
well, okay, so I have different accounts for different purposes. So I have one account that's more like my like buy and hold where I like hold for the longer term. It just depends on how the performance is doing, whether or not I'll cut it shorter term, but buy and hold long term. And then I have another account which I do for options, and that's my Robinhood account. And then I have another account that is mainly for gold. So I just started with a new broker on gold futures. I don't like them at all. And so people keep asking me
Uh-huh.
like, what broker do you use? And it's like, I don't even like the broker. Like, why would I tell you
So,
what
right.
broker if I don't even like it? So, and that's for gold futures. And then I was trading gold in like the Forex market, and that was with an offshore broker. And I took all my money out of that because I didn't like them either. So to answer your question, yes, I have multiple accounts and they have different purposes. At least that's how I like to
Okay.
break things out. Some people just want one broker and they have multiple accounts doing different things, or they just have one account with everything. You just got to figure out what's going to work for you.
Yes. Okay. Sounds like I have a lot to learn, but it's cool.
Yeah, I mean,
I
yeah, it's
mean,
basically taking it step by step.
because that's a lot. That's not, gotta keep up with that stuff. You gotta keep up with it. And so,
Yeah, yeah,
mhm.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, I mean, I prefer simplicity, so that's why I only use, or I wouldn't say only, but for the most part, I would say like 95% of the time I'm using a Robinhood account for options because it's so easy to read everything and to understand what's happening. Now, I've been trading options for wow, over 3 years now. And even some brokers, I look at the options and it's like it's confusing to me. So
Okay.
so yeah,
Wow.
even though
Congratulations.
I understand it.
Cause I want to say, I don't know why, but you don't need it. But I want to say congratulations on just being 3 years deep in it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, yeah, actually,
Hey.
yeah. So yeah, 3 years on options. I see. I started learning about Forex like almost the same around, like the amount of or length of time, but I wasn't actively trading it. I was like in learning mode for quite a while, and I
Oh,
wasn't actually profitable in Forex until like a year and a half. So because I was trying, but it just was not working out. And gold was
uh-huh.
like the thing I did not understand at all. Now I understand gold really well, obviously,
So
because
would you
Wonderful.
say options is more easier to learn than Forex?
um I would say it kind of depends. So the thing that is actually a really good question. So the thing that I like about options is that I can trade that without like really looking at the charts a lot. I feel like with Forex, I really have to like be on the charts. That's how I feel. I don't know about anybody else, but I like with gold, I've tried to hold that for multiple days. I think the max I probably held it was maybe like over one night but I felt like I was like I literally remember this. I was like looking at it before I went to bed, like on my phone. Here's my phone, like, okay, it's doing good. And then like I would just like wake up in the middle of the night, like, oh, my trade. And then like I'm looking at my phone, okay, it's fine. And then like by the time I wake up again, it would just be like, like maybe I missed like some news event or something like that, and then it reversed or something. I don't know. But like with trading Forex, I feel like for me, I have to be on the charts a lot more. But when it comes to trading options, like I'm literally holding positions. I got my own personal stats and spreadsheets because I like building spreadsheets for myself. If you are tired of missing out on gold, in this blueprint, you're going to get an easy to follow profitable gold trading table, as well as profitable entry levels and strategies. If you've tried to decode things like FOMC, geopolitical events, you may have tried without much success. And in this blueprint, you're also going to master simple strategies that the big players like banks and institutions follow, and then also be able to spot profitable opportunities so that way you could avoid some of the common traps that other traders fall into. And then, of course, you're going to save hours of research with a clear and actionable plan inside of the gold market. Just take a look at what some people are saying about this. So go ahead and grab your copy of the Profitable Gold Market Blueprint today. But I hold on average 40 days an options trade. And that's, I can go about my life. I even set up things for myself that I plan on teaching people inside of this like inner circle. I kind of mentioned it in the group, but basically this inner circle, a small cohort group, different things that I do specifically where I just set a limit order and then just like let it go. Like I don't even think about it. Because when it comes to work, and I'm sure you all you know, could relate to this, where basically if you're doing stuff at work, I'm in meetings, I'm doing all kinds of stuff. Like basically my role is kind of like a chief of staff position at a higher level. So there's always something going on. And then sometimes it requires a lot more attention. And I don't even have time sometimes to even like look at my positions really quickly. So the options trading is basically a way for me to be able to get into the market. And basically I set it up over the weekend. I know there's some people that are like, oh, don't do it over the weekend, but no, I have to set it up over the weekend or maybe like at night and just have that, that limit order execute whenever it gets to my ideal price and just go from there. So
Yes,
yeah.
you know what this reminded me of? Setting the crock pot. Setting the crock pot, you like
Yes.
set it and forget it. What is the ingredients, whatever? Okay, boom. And
Yeah,
a
that's
stop
that's
order
that's
or whatever.
funny. I like that.
Like, this is when it's gonna cut off, it's done cooking or whatever. I just
Yeah.
have to say that.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
that's exactly how I feel when it comes to options trading. I feel like yeah, I mean, you're using a version of leverage. I mean, if you're on like some Forex broker, yeah, you're using leverage then, but it's different because like I can take more time to analyze. Like I feel like with Forex sometimes, and I still trade gold, obviously you see the videos every week, but and I'm waiting for a setup. So but anyway, like with options, like I could just set it up and it could be in the queue for like weeks and not execute, and I'm totally fine with that. So or even when I'm buying just regular stocks, I use pretty much similar technical analysis that I do with gold, not exactly the same, but similar technical analysis, and then set my limit price and then it executes. And sometimes I get it in perfectly. Sometimes, it may like leak the level a little bit where I'll say, let's just say I want to get in at, $100 per share, and then it goes down to like 97, and then it may come back up. It depends on a lot of different things, but like I really like options for that reason. Because it's a lot more like a crock pot where basically you put in all the ingredients, you know exactly what you want to get, and you just wait for it to play out. So that was a long answer, Ashley, but hopefully that answered your question.
Yeah, it did. I heard someone else say that they prefer options over Forex, so I was just wondering how you felt about it. But I started off in Forex, so I don't know too much about options other than hearing about it here and there. But I do like the fact that you can just set it and forget it and not have to worry about it.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, that's my experience, and everybody's going to tell you something totally different. So, like I was saying before, I started off with learning about options first. So first it was stocks, and I rocked with stocks for a really long time. Like, let's see, I started buying stocks on my own in 2011. I started buying stocks for the very first time in 2010, but that was through my retirement account with my job. So they just have like things you pick and you just go from there. But in 2011, I bought my own first stocks
think I'm
And
going
then
to.
I just kept going, just kept going with it. And then 2 times I was able to take the money that I made from the regular stock market, not options, not crypto, not, Forex, none of that, just regular stock market. And the first time I was able to quit my job and just live on that money for 7 months. Like I was living my best
Wow.
life in Europe. I was traveling all over the United States, and that was literally all money from the stock market. I didn't have a job, a side hustle, or nothing. It was literally all the money from the stock market. And I did it another time in 2021. And that time I was able to take off for 2 years with money from the stock market. Now, my situation was a little bit different because I was more so focused on school in 2021. But I was using that money to buy my flights, get my hotel rooms, and do other things. So, like the regular stock market, I feel like a lot of people sleep on it because it's not like it can be kind of boring, but that's kind of what you want. At least that's what I want. It's like I want a combination of really boring things that make money and then, the flashy Forex options, crypto, whatever. I don't really do crypto these days, but I got a little bit, but not a whole lot. But yeah, but basically, there are many different vehicles, but I believe that learning stocks first is going to be the staple. And then you move into options, because once you understand how stocks move, then it'll be a little bit easier. I mean, there's different things with options that you have to learn, but once you understand, like how just buying and selling regular shares work, then I think it's going to help you with the options journey. And then, gold, Forex, that's a whole other category. But the thing that I do in my trading that I don't think most options traders do is that I use the technical analysis that I learned from Forex, because that you have to be so precise with that.
Hmm.
Learn how to analyze the markets, the charts at least, from that perspective. And I'm able to utilize those same things inside of the options market. And this year has been a little rocky because of, all the trade wars and stuff like that. But like the last quarter of 2024, I made 20,000 over like $25,000 from options. And I made about like 3,000 from gold. So 3,000 from gold, 20,000 from options in the same time span in the last quarter. So basically 3 months of 2024. And I'm just like, I love gold. I'm going to stick with it. But I want to put more energy and money into options because I mean, that was just incredible. So obviously I want to repeat that.
That must have been thrilling. You like, oh yeah, let's go.
And like I said, it's just basically just using some of the things that I've learned over the years. I mean, it's not an overnight thing. So I'm not saying this
Yeah.
to like generate false expectations, like in 3 months you're gonna be making 20 bands from the options market. It's possible. I don't know everybody's like
Well,
financial situation. It's possible, but I'm not setting that as a expectation.
I don't even know my learning curve with it. I picked it up and I went like, and I put it down. Like I was like, okay, let me learn this, and I got my notebook and everything ready to go. And
Cool.
then like life got to life, and then I'm just like, okay, I'll just pause this. But I really want to take it seriously because I know how life changing the money can be once you understand it. And I think that's worth the investment. Like it took you a while to get it, but once you got it, you're like, okay, well, you know what you're doing. Oh, that's the thing. It's a skill. It's a life skill. That you'll
Exactly.
have and you can pass on and all that. Teach others like you're
Absolutely.
doing. It's a
Absolutely.
legit skill. It's like you don't have to go to school, college for it or put up a lot. It's a free skill if you it's just gonna take your time though.
Yes, yeah, it's gonna take time, and the thing that accelerated my learning curve was investing in myself and just investing in different like products over the years. So when I did just stocks, like I mean, I was reading books. I mean, I didn't even know that. I didn't even think to go to YouTube to learn anything. I could have learned much faster, of course, if I would have invested in myself at that time. But I was just like reading books like crazy. I love books. So, like I said, I didn't have anything at that time, but when it comes to or when it came to options, I did know YouTube at that time. I did invest in myself with different programs, and I learned like different things. Like I never saw any one program as an end all be all, just because you're learning from different people's perspective. So, but at the same time, I didn't want to have too many where I was getting confused. So I was literally just taking it step by step. And, now that I have, this skill set, I'm constantly learning new ways in order to improve my skills, how to do things faster and, just how to get more precise with things. And sometimes, it's just market conditions. Like you could do all the technical analysis, all the fundamental analysis. Oh, that's something else that I've included more of here recently. But, you can have all those things, but the market has a mind of its own at times and it's just going to do what it do. So you just gotta, see it all as a probability. At least that's what I do. I see it all as a probability of working out, not necessarily a guarantee.
Mm-hmm. Yes, which is why you have to be comfortable with whatever you're putting up. I think I heard you say that on one video.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, you have to be 100% comfortable with whatever you're risking because it's like, it can go left like really quick, especially in the gold market or a NAS 100 or even some of the Forex pairs like GBP, JPY. Man, I lost so much money on that market just because I was kind of early. This was like, I remember this in 2022. I was visiting London and I was thinking, ooh, I get to trade the London session because I'll actually be up. But my skill was not there at all, not in that market. So I end up every day I was trading, but I was losing every day. And like I started to scale my trade, like my lot sizes down and down and down over that. I was in Europe for 2 weeks. I was in London for a week and then in Paris for another week. And that entire time, like trying to trade, that market, and it just was not working out because my skill wasn't there. But I did learn a lot.
No, it's probably because you was focused on the Eiffel Tower and on the cafes or something.
Probably. Yeah,
Got them
probably. I was
distracted.
like, yeah, I mean, I mean, I love Europe. And I love the London session, but it's just, being Pacific time, and I know some of you are on the East Coast. It could be a lot when trying to work full time. So, that's more the kind of stuff that I want to share on the YouTube channel. And I definitely want to continue to get feedback from you all, within reason, to add some of those topics to the YouTube channel. Cause I know it's a struggle for a lot of people. It's like, I went back to work because I knew that I could do much more, by having consistent income. Like just like there was a portion of this like 2 year sabbatical where I was trading. But it was a lot of stress when it was like, dang, I just lost my, car note money in this market. And then, on the other side, it was great. Like I remember like one of my most interesting trades was actually a short on Netflix, and I made like $3,600 in like an hour and a half or something. I was like, this is amazing.
Wow.
But it wasn't like that every day. I
Yeah.
wish it was, but I was like, okay, I was like, using the money that I had made from the stock market before. And then I was just like, you know what? Like, let me go back to swallow my pride. Let me go back to work. I can easily, like, for me and my situation and my whole, background, I've worked really hard to build this up. But I was like, I know I could go and get a six-figure job and be able to take that money, at least a portion of that
Right.
money, pay down these student loans because I got that MBA from Yale. It's not going to pay off itself. So get that paid down, get some other stuff paid down, and then start putting money inside
Build your
my pocket.
nest egg. Build your little
Yeah.
nest egg at the same time. Okay, because I was wondering, and then you kind of answered this earlier because I was like, and I'm not going to say if you were doing so well. It's like, I know you're doing well. I could see that you're doing well in the market. I was like, is the end goal to kind of, retire yourself and do this full time? But you kind of answered that already with what you just said.
Yeah, I mean, and I try to tell people this because I know that like some days I have to like recalibrate myself. Like I am building another community on School called the Consistent Profitable Traders. This is a group that is free to join. Basically, I envision having conversations about price action trading. And I do have some things in the classroom here. There will be more educational resources inside of the classroom very soon. And every month, I will have a monthly call where I'll answer questions that you may have about trading profitably. So go ahead and check out Consistent Profitable Traders on School. The link will be in the description box below. I remember, so part of that, like that 25K, it was like 20K in one account and then 5K in another account for options like last quarter. And I remember like one day it was like $8,500 day. I'm like, I don't even feel like working.
Yes, I might not even call them. I just not
I
gonna
was
show
like,
up.
nobody better call me for nothing. But But I was like, calm down. This is one day. I had to talk myself out. This is one day. Tomorrow's another day. So, and it's really tough. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, but every day is not that way. So, even
Exactly like imagine. I don't mean to cut you off, but like you
no,
can
go
have
ahead, go
that
ahead.
great day, but then you might get excited about something and invest a bunch of money in it in something else, and lose it.
Yeah, and that's another thing, overconfidence. I mean, nobody's
Yes.
immune to that. So I remember like, having that like $8,500 day in options, and that was just like I think it was like 6,500 on one account and then like 2,000 something on another account. So collectively 8,500. And I remember like, oh, now I got a little bit more cushion. So, I want to say like the next week. I did over leverage a little bit and I was like, okay, got humbled. I didn't lose all the money, but I lost some of the money. I'm like, okay, we're not doing that again.
Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah. So I want to open this up. We got a few more minutes left because I want to make sure that everybody on the call, I know that you all could be doing other things and I appreciate you being here and asking questions. So I want to make sure that people, oh, wait, I saw some stuff in the chat. I totally missed this. Oh, okay. Okay. Hey. Okay, cool. A newbie interested in options. I want to buy stocks soon. Are you talking about swing trading? Okay. So, Glenda, just go back a little bit. Yeah, we talked a little bit about options. That's definitely something that I want to cover more on my YouTube channel because I've been trading more of that versus gold these days. I love both and I'll continue to trade both because I don't want to lose my skill on gold because I spent the past, I want to say like solid 2 years trying to see 23, 24. Yeah. Solid 2 years trying to build up my skill on gold. And now I feel like it's good. Gold is a lot of waiting, a lot more waiting than people think. But anyway, and then as far as swing trading, yes, I was talking about swing trading options just because the average hold time that I have on an options trade is about 40 days. And I know this because I track my own stats. I've even built my own spreadsheet and have a dashboard, and I'm an engineer, so geek out on that big time. But anyway, but yes, I do swing trade options. And then agreed, investing in yourself. Oh yeah, I agree with this. So she said, agreed, it's investing in yourself and the reward and the financial freedom. Absolutely. Right now in paper trading gold futures. That is amazing. Um, like for me, I only did like one or so paper trade, like when I first started to get into trading, or at least learning about trading, and that was 2018. I didn't stick with it at all. I wish I would have. But like short-term trading, because I was already in stocks, but I did like one paper trade and it really wasn't for me. But then once I really started to get into Forex, I did not paper trading, but I would do like mental trades where I would say, this is going to go up based on my technical analysis. And, that was kind of cool, especially at times when I was right. But what I did a lot of was actually stimulation trading. And that is cool because you could get through like a week, 2 weeks of data in, an hour of basically using simulation trading. So I love that a lot. It can get kind of boring. So I kind of cut myself off to 30 minutes with that. So I can get through roughly like a week's worth of data, maybe like 4 days of data instead of waiting the actual time. So the flip side of that is, when you have to wait for the trade to play out, you really have to sit on your hands and just like not do anything and just wait for it to play out. So there's pros and cons to simulation trading versus paper trading. But if both of like, I think if you like paper trading, then you should try simulation trading because that's what I did. And it really helped me out a lot with gold.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, cool. All right. I thought this was really good. So I am going to actually what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to, I think you should just see my face on here. I'm going to chop this up and post to YouTube. So you all obviously will get the link. Just because I thought that you all asked some really good questions. I thought it was a really good conversation. And yeah, I want to continue to do these type of calls every single month in this group. I do have the Profitable Traders Academy where I do have calls like this every 2 weeks. We do go into a lot more depth on those. So if you're interested in that, you can check that out if you want. If not, that's cool too. I'll still provide some value inside of this group as well. And yeah, I thought this was really good. Thanks so much for joining me. Oh, hey. Glenda, what you say? Watch your YouTube series. Okay, amazing. Yeah, definitely check that out. I think
Oh,
it's gonna help.
thank you for having this time with us.
Yeah,
I
thank
appreciate
you.
it. Yes,
All right.
thank you.
All right, thanks so much. Y'all have a good evening.
You too.
You
Good
too.
night. Bye
All
bye.
right, bye.
All right.